I grew up in upstate New York and then went to some of the schools that you all went to. And I never imagined I would be running for president. I was certainly not some crazy kid being like, I'm going to be president one day. So if any of you are thinking that, like, you're more advanced than I was. Like, I was playing video games and just doing whatever Asian kids do in upstate New York. So now that I'm running for president, like, I've learned more about the Asian American place in society. And one thing that scares the heck out of me is that this country is heading towards becoming majority minority by 2045. That's 27 years from now. And so there's a very happy notion in some quarters that the country will just become more tolerant as it gets more diverse. You just figure that math will take care of it. Because if you have enough people, everyone will just have to get along. Unfortunately, that is not really the way things play out if you look at historical examples. There are very, very few examples in human history of a dominant racial or ethnic group giving up its dominance over time. That actually is not normal. That's not normal behavior. And so if you look at what's happening right now in this country, you can see an increasingly insecure white majority becoming more and more hostile, truly. And who is going to be the boogeyman of the next 10 to 20 years? Who's going to be the great rival to the United States in the eyes of American society? China, that's right. And so what do you think the attitude is going to be over time for the shrinking, insecure white majority that's losing their jobs for, let's say, Chinese Americans or Asian Americans? I personally said to a group at Harvard, I think we're one generation away from falling into the same camps as the Jews who were attacked in a synagogue in Pittsburgh, like just a couple months ago. It's like we're probably one generation away from Americans shooting up a bunch of Asians saying, like, you know, damn the Chinese because there's a giant Cold War or even more with China. That is the great danger.